So a very good morning to one and all present. I hope you all are safe with your families. So today's purpose, today's agenda, like why we all have gathered here for this webinar is that let's just get some insights of what a Duolingo English test is all about. So let's just move forward. Here you can have the URL, the website of the English test. You can visit this website and you can grab some more detailed information about the test here as well. So not wasting more time, let's just move forward. So these are the glimpses of today's discussion. What is Duolingo test? What are the requirements? What are the main features? What are the strict rules you need to follow while giving the test? What kind of sample questions, like what kind of questions they might ask you in the test? What institutions are accepting the Duolingo test scores, which is a very frequent asked questions by the students these days. What is the score equivalency with related to IELTS and TOEFL? And we'll just look to some of the frequently asked questions. So moving ahead, what is Duolingo English test? So in this pandemic situation, which we are going through, it's very much obvious that we are not allowed to step out of our houses. So following that, we cannot go to the IELTS or TOEFL centers and, proceed with our examinations. The dates that we have booked for our examinations, we are not able to take those dates. We are not able to give exams. So this Duolingo English test is an exclusive online test which has been introduced newly so that students can sit at home anytime, anywhere, and they can just take this test. And this test is going to benefit them so that they can continue with their study destinations plans. The overseas education plans do not get disturbed, and this is why this test can be beneficial to them. So it's an exclusive online test which you can take from your home at any time. No prior appointments are required. You can just simply purchase the test and you can just start the test. It's relatively inexpensive. Definitely when IELTS and TOEFL, they have $149 on 50 equivalent fees for the test. The Duolingo English test will cost you $49, just $49, so which is equivalent to 3,300 rupees. So that is quite good and it's in favor of the students. So just in $49, they are able to give this test and they are able to get their scores and they can apply to the universities. And it is only not just cost cutting effective, but it is also less time consuming. It will only take maximum of 1 hour and minimum of 48 minutes to give this test. So you can just start the test and in an hour you are done with the test, and the results are out in just 2 days, but currently they are just issuing your results in 5 days due to the congestion of the students giving Duolingo test. But by maximum 5 or 6 days you'll have your result, unlike how in IELTS you have to wait for 13 days. So this is just a brief about what the Duolingo English test is all about. Moving forward, with the minimum requirements that you have to fulfill so that you are able to give this test in a proper way. So first and foremost, a government ID is required, because once you start the test, you'll have to submit your identification. For that, you need a government ID. It can be Aadhaar card, it can be your driving license, it can be your passport. It's preferable if you use passport. Next, you need a computer with proper functions. You need to have a desktop or your laptop wherein you have the functions of speakers, microphones, and everything working properly. They shouldn't be like not in function. You need to have them in a proper function. So that is one more requirement. Latest versions of Google Chrome and Opera browsers. So you cannot use any other browsers other than Google Chrome and Opera. You cannot use Firefox, you cannot use UC browser. You only need to use Google Chrome and Opera browser. So make sure if you do not have these browsers in your computer or laptop, you need to install them first and make sure that they have the latest versions of these browsers. Very important, you need to have a good internet speed, because you'll have to submit your answers, you'll have to download, like upload your answers. So for that, you need to have a good internet connectivity. So these are the minimum requirements you need to fulfill. Moving ahead, features. So what makes Duolingo English test attractive and a good test? I mean, a test which you can look up to. So the first is adaptive. Adaptive means that the level of questions, the intensity of questions, whether they are hard, easy, medium, all these depends on the type of answers you give. If you are giving correct answers, trust me, your questions level, I mean the intensity of whether it's going to be hard, it's going to be easy, depends on the answers that you give. So if you're giving the answers and if suddenly you feel that okay, my questions are getting tougher, then don't worry, don't panic, you should feel good about yourselves because you are giving the correct answer, so you are doing good. So just trust yourself and keep going. So this is one, that the questions will change depending on the answers. It doesn't have a fixed format. So try to give as much as correct answer you can. You'll have mixed questions, unlike IELTS and TOEFL where you have particular sections of listening, reading and writing. No, it's not going to happen, because you just have 1 hour, wherein in IELTS and TOEFL you have 2 hours and 45 minutes or 3 hours of examination, where you have 1 hour of listening, 1 hour of writing and reading and all that stuff. But in a Duolingo test, you have mixed questions, as in you'll have few questions of speaking, you'll have immediately a question of reading, or immediately a question of listening. So all this is going to be just in 45 minutes minimum and 1 hour maximum. So you'll have mixed questions, and this would, this would held your interest. It would not make it boring, because when you have 1 hour completely listening, 1 hour completely reading, it kind of, bores the students. So it's not going to happen. The third feature is that short text. You are not going to deal with long paragraphs or passages here. You'll have very short text, minimum, maximum. It will range to like 5 or 6 lines, not more than that. So it quite it quite ease the students while they are solving the answers. No carry forward of your time. So every particular question, either you have to read the question or you have to answer the question. Every question will have their dedicated time given to you, so you do not have to rush. Just utilize all the time that you have for that particular question in reading and writing. Use the time wisely, because it's not going to get carry forward. Don't think that okay, I save my time here in this question and I'll just use this time in the other question. No, it's not going to happen. They have their particular times, and please use it. So there is no carry forward, no going back after you click next. So that's why you have to use your time wisely. Just if you have 2 minutes, use 2 minutes for a particular question, because if you rush to the another question trying to save the time, it's in any way not going to work for you. And what happens is that once you click the next button and you move to the another question, you won't be able to come back to the previous question. If there's a doubt that okay, I quite of did wrong in that previous question, there's no coming back. So use your time and properly answer and then move forward. So as we all know that this test is newly introduced, we do not have sample questions. But what we do have is that on the website of this English Duolingo test, there is a practice test given to you. Once you log in into it, you are free. Like, you are free to give this test for n number of times. It's free for you. Like, you can attempt it n number of times, and likewise you can get familiar with the test and the type of format and the type of questions that they are going to ask you. So we do not have the sample test, but sample test questions, I mean the references, but we do have practice test that can help you. So these were the features. Moving ahead, the strict rules, the don'ts that we have to follow. Like, in this test, you'll have to sit in a room, your place. Nobody is allowed to enter that room when you're giving the examination. You're not allowed to look here and there. You have to straight look into the webcam. You have to look in a way that your ears are visible to the person who is monitoring you. You're not allowed to use the headphones or earplugs. You have to just use the speakers and microphones of your own laptop or desktop. No note taking. There should be no pen, no paper. You're not allowed to take the notes during the examination. You're not allowed to use any other gadget. You cannot use another phone. No person can enter the room, as I have said before. No looking here and there. Also, there should be no add-on browsers enabled. You have to disable everything. No other plugins. So like these are the strict rules that you need to follow. If these won't be met, trust me, you will be banned for a couple of months from not giving this examination. So please do not, mess with these rules. Just follow them judicially and give your exam. Moving ahead. So as I said that I have given the practice test n number of times, and I have figured out few of the sample questions out of it. So I'm just detailing few questions here. So first we are looking to the listening type. So this is a type 1, type what you hear. So what you see is that there would be a statement that you have to hear, and you will be given 3 attempts. And in that 3 attempts, you have to make sure that whatever you write is correct and is in correspondence to what you have heard. So what you are supposed to do is that when you hear it for the first time, just be very patient. Try to hear what the speaker is saying and try to write. Immediately try to write whatever is heard to you, whatever has got imprinted in your mind. Hear it for the another time and make sure that you complete the sentence. It's not going to be too long. It's going to be a sentence of 15 words, maximum 15 words. And try to complete the sentence in the second time. And the third time when you hear the sentence again, make sure that you are checking what you have written. And if you have missed out something, you can also add it to it. So just, you will be getting 3 attempts. And in these 3 attempts, you have to make sure that you complete the entire sentence, what you have heard. So this is one listening type. Moving ahead to the another listening type. In this, you'll be giving certain words. Like here, as you see in the picture, you have 9 words. As you click on the word 1, word 2, word 3, likewise on all the words, you'll hear the sound, you'll hear the voice, you'll hear the word spoken by the speaker. It could be a lady or a male. Now you have to just understand whether this word actually exists or not. Okay. So for example, there would be a word which says practice. So practice is a real English word. So you have to just click at the tick next to that word. But there would be a word like practice. Now there is no word like practice. So you'll understand that, okay, I've never heard practice. So no, that cannot be the word. So you don't have to click it. So only select if you know the word and try to listen the words properly. Because you here in this question, you are given 1 minute and 20 seconds of time. So you have a lot of time to rehear the words and try to understand whether those words are really English words or not. So make sure you use your time and you do it properly. Moving ahead. Now this is a reading type question. Now in this, you'll be given this kind of paragraphs, and in these paragraphs, there are certain partial words. You have to complete the words. So make sure that what you do is that when you read thoroughly. Because see, Gyllenhaal grew up in Los Angeles. So when it is grew up, it means they're talking about some past thing. So it's a past tense. So whatever comes next should be in past tense. This is what a common sense is. So you'll have to understand that she dash at the Harvard Westlake School. So when there is school, definitely she's going to study. So it should be studied at the is an article. Then again, prep and SCH. So definitely it's a prep school. So, likewise, you have to properly utilize the time which is given to you. That is 2 minutes and 51 seconds or more. And you have to just complete this. So skip the ones you don't know. Don't try to attempt everything. If you don't know certain things, just don't do it. Practice spellings of each word. Now make sure that just don't in a hush write it down and just move forward. Don't do that. Just whenever you feel you have completed the question, you have completed the answer, go through it, because there would be a case where in a lot of hurry you might write some wrong spelling. So don't do that. So I'll just give you the answer for this. So see, this is what I attempted, and I do not still know what Eastern something was. So I just left it and I just move forward. Moving ahead. Now this is reading type 2. Click on the real English word. So this is very much similar to what we did in listening. Like in listening, we had to hear the words and we have to select whether they are the correct English words or not. So in this case, the spellings are already given to us. The word is already given to us. And what we have to do is we have to identify whether it's a real word or not. So there would be several words which will have wrong spellings. So just make sure that you only select if you know that, okay, it's 100% correct English word. So there's this word like sharp, listener, frame, registration. These are real English words. So I just have to select it and I have to click next. Now we have speaking type. So in this, record yourself. So in this, you'll be given, like, comparatively, you'll have less time. So I have 11 seconds and I have to record what the statement is given. So the doctors do not know the cause of his illness. So this is a statement which is printed here, which is given here. And all what I have to do is I have to speak the same sentence. So I have to just click record now and I have to start recording. So quickly scan the statement and start recording, because you won't be given much time for this particular question type. And make sure that you go near to the microphone of your computer or laptop and you say it very clearly. Don't just fumble and don't just be so fast. So just have a proper pace of your word sentence and just do it. This is speaking type 2. In this, you will be shown some images, and that images would be very simple, like a picture of a cow, a picture of a cat, a picture of a fire, something like that. And you will be given only 3 seconds per images, like you'll have 5 to 6 images back to back. And in just 3 seconds, you have to record what it is, like you have to speak what it is. So you just have to say a healthy cat, a healthy cow, a beautiful sunrise, something like that. So you have to be quick because you'll be given less time, that is just 3 seconds. And we have to try to use some adjectives. Suppose there's a cow picture shown to you, just don't say cow, okay? That would be very common and that would be very easy. Just try to give them adjectives. So say a healthy cow, a white cow, you see some color, a black cow or something like that. So that will give them a hint that, okay, you're very much well versed known about the adjectives usage also. So that would be adding on to your scores. So just try to do that. Next. So this type is very much similar to the IELTS cue card. Okay, in cue card you were given some topic. In that topic you were given some sub questions that you have to include in your answers, and you were given 2 minutes to speak. So same way, you'll be given some time to go through the questions, that is, talk about a gift that you gave to someone. What was it? Who did you give it to? How did you make you feel? And why did you give it to this particular person? So these are the sub questions which you need to cover in your answer. And then you'll be given some time to speak about it. Okay. So be specific with your answers. Don't repeat the questions. Don't repeat the sentences. Try to use different type of sentences, show variety of sentences. Also address all the questions. The 4 sub questions are to be addressed. Do not leave any question. Okay, do not get so much engrossed in answering one sub question that you forget to answer the remaining sub questions. So be active and try to give the answers. Next. Now this is a video interview. Okay, so now this video interview, you'll be given 2 topics. You have to select one topic and then you have to start recording, and you'll be having 1 to 3 minutes to speak about that particular topic. Now in this, what you can do is you can show how good you are when it comes to synonyms. So try to show your lexical resources, try to use different type of sentences, that is active and passive, and try to utilize all your time. Okay, speak as much as you can, because nobody is going to in any way judge you. There's no right and wrong. It's all your perspective, sorry. So you have to just speak about it. Whatever you feel like, you just have to speak about that, but it should be relevant to the topic that you have selected. Now in this particular type question, they would not, your scores are not dependent. This is a non-graded question, which means that this answer is going to be sent to your university in which you're going to apply along with the scores of your Duolingo. Okay, so they are going to just, you know, examine this video interview, but they are not going to score you on the basis of this. Okay, so moving forward. Now it's writing type. So this is a writing type question, and in which there is an image that is shown to you, and you have to write on this image for like one or more sentences. So make sure that you write at least one sentence. Okay, be specific. Whatever you see in the image, you have to just write it down. So what here I see is, I see some police officers standing in a line. So just write it down that the cops are standing in a line. The cops are in a white uniform standing in a line. Whatever suits you better, just write it down. But it should be relevant to the picture. You can make up stories here and you can show your vocabulary. It's like you have to write one sentence at least, and it would be great if you write more than one sentences. Next. So this is a writing short task in which you will be given a topic, and on this topic you have to write at least 50 words. It's great if you go beyond 50, but at least 50 words are to be met. In here, again, you can show your lexical resources, that is your good grammar, your grip on the English language, and also try to use variety of sentences. Moving ahead. So just like the video interview of the speaking, which was non-graded, this is also a writing task which is non-graded. Non-graded means you're not going to get grades on this. Whatever your Duolingo English test scores are, in that, this section does not contribute. Okay. So with your Duolingo English test scores, the video interview for the speaking and the writing this particular task, both things are going to be submitted to the university, and the university will decide whether they want to, you know, they want to review your performance through this or not. So this is non-graded. So like with your all open heart, just choose a topic which you feel is familiar, and then just write about it. 3 to 5 minutes you have to write. Utilize all your time. Use different type of sentences. Examples would be great here if you give different type of examples. This is just like how you do in your task 2, IELTS writing, and you have to show your lexical resources. So this is all about the type of questions that you would face while giving an English Duolingo test. So moving ahead, the score equivalence with the IELTS and TOEFL, let's just have a look at it. So you can see on the screen that how are they equivalent. Moving ahead. So these are few frequently asked questions by the students. Can I take the practice test? Yes, you can take the practice test, because practice test is for free, and it is of 15 minutes. Sorry. Once you log in into your account, you are like, you have the access to the practice test n number of times. So doesn't matter. Yes, you can take the practice test. How long are the scores valid? The scores are valid for like 2 years from the date of declaration of your scores. So that's not a problem. Can I retake the test? Yes, you can. You can retake the test. That's not a problem. So once you purchase the test, in 30 days period, you can give test 2 times. Okay. So yes, you can retake the test. Like in a month, 2 times you can take the test. Both the times you'll have to purchase it. What if I face network issues and can't complete the test? So if there is like some network connectivity issues and you're not able to like complete the test, not complete the test, you're not able to submit your answers, you'll be given 5 chances. So in 5 attempts, it will try to submit your answer. But if it is not happening, then you will be given a retest option. And how much do I need to pay for the retest? In this retest option, there is no need for you to pay anything. Okay, so because it's a retest, so it will be free. I do have one question which I got from a student, that like, what are the scores? Like maximum scores, it's 160. It's 160. And if you want to go for a good university, make sure, like premium universities, make sure that you score more than 120, because that is the must requirement from the premium colleges and universities. Other than that, if you really want to know which institutes are accepting the Duolingo test, I would just ask you that visit this englishtest.duolingo.com/institutes. There you'll get the list of institutes, that is Canada, Australia, UK, US. You will get the list of institutes and they are every day getting updated. So you'll be able to see what colleges are accepting the Duolingo test. So we are currently providing the online coaching for English Duolingo test. So make sure that you enroll for it and you prepare for the test in a proper way so that you are able to score the best and you're able to get into the best universities and best courses. So kindly contact Nine International at this number if you have any queries related to it. We will be like here helping you and assisting you in all your queries. So just be safe, take care of your family and yourself, and just try to stay at home and follow your guidelines. Thank you.